This is a 1990s mid-Mews property. It's a 3-storey townhouse in Bollington, and over the last 4 years I've worked to reduce the energy bills to below £400 a year through really basic measures like new boiler, insulation and photovoltaics on the roof. This modern Mews was built in the 1990s. It's a 3-storey townhouse in the centre of Bollington, and there's been lots of opportunities to reduce energy. I've tracked the progress over the last 4 years since 2008. And during that time, if I hadn't made any changes, then the bills would now be over £2,000 a year. Because of the changes that I've made, the bills are less than £400 a year, which is a huge year-on-year saving. One of the first things that I did was install cavity wall insulation. It took a few phone calls to companies to find one that would do a 3-storey townhouse, but after a few inquiries we found a provider. It was really straightforward. It took about half a day, cost about £200, and it saved a huge amount of energy instantly. I noticed the difference straight away and didn't need to have the heating on as much the next day. And if you have a look at the before and after thermal image photographs, you'll see that the before photograph, the colour of the walls of the neighbours' homes are the same as the middle property, which was my property. If you have a look at the after image, then you'll notice that the walls of my property were actually yellow, which means that they're actually retaining a lot more heat compared with the neighbours'. Another big change that we made was put solid wall insulation in front of the garage door. The garage was converted into a dining room by the previous owners, and they didn't put any insulation between the garage door and the new wall. So we stripped everything out of that room and put solid wall insulation in front of the garage door and on the floor, and then put plasterboard round and floorboard, and that again made a huge difference downstairs. Up to 20% of a home's heat can be lost through the loft, and usually the amount of loft insulation that's in the loft isn't sufficient or isn't enough. So we've put up to half a metre in the loft, and again that's made a big difference. All the lighting in the house is low energy lighting. The white goods are all double or triple A+, that's the fridge, freezer, the washing machine and the dishwasher. A few years ago I had a AA+ rated condensing boiler installed with intelligent heating controls and a thermostat that we can walk around the house with, so it's a lot easier to control the temperature of the house. Last year, to take advantage of the government's feed-in tariff, I had an array of solar PV panels installed on the roof. It's a 2 kilowatt system, and at the time predicted it would generate an income of around £800 a year, and at the moment, despite the weather, I'm on track to actually generate that amount. That electricity gets fed into the grid, and the electricity company pay back that £800 through the reduced electricity bills. I would definitely recommend to anyone that's thinking of making their home more energy efficient just to go for it. Energy prices are going up and up. Because I've tracked them over the last 4 years, I've really noticed the changes. Gas has increased by 2/3 and electricity by 1/3, and they're only going to keep on going up. Also, if you take advantage of government schemes as soon as they come out, I've really found that to be of benefit through grants, the feed-in tariff, and now of course the Green Deal. So if you're thinking along the lines of reducing your energy bills, then look into the Green Deal. That's probably the best advice I can give.